Call this meeting for August 27, 2025 of the Toledo City Council as a study session. We are now there. Our first item is pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I will take a roll call. Councilor Mix is excused. Councilor Kaufman, no. Councilor Sovia.
Yes, sir.
Councilor Burns.
Yes.
Councilor Keating.
Yes.
Council President Bush.
Yes.
And I am here. We have 5. We have a quorum. We have enough to do business. Our first item will be Sid from, I want to make sure I say this right, from Scott Edwards Architecture.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Delighted to be here to talk about the Toledo building project. Appreciated you coming out to walk through it and get a chance to see what the insides of the building is currently like. So my understanding of where the city is interested in heading with this is taking a look at that building and figure out potential uses that would benefit the residents of Toledo. So process for doing that, we're going to look first at the code from a code standpoint. So building code and then also zoning code. Those two are very important in terms of the types of uses and how those types of uses will affect that building. So both from parking and also from interior requirements and that sort of thing. So we're going to start with that process, doing a code review. Then we're going to go into a space programming phase, which is essentially meet and talk about what is possibilities for the building. And so the 3 areas that we will focus on, one is City Council, and talk with you folks about what you're interested in it, what kind of goals you have for it. And then also conduct a community meeting where we get an opportunity to hear from the general community about the project, what their interest is in it, their thoughts about the building. And then the third would be the city staff and get their thoughts. And this will also involve assessing what the city currently has in terms of the departments, their needs, all of that. And so that we have that figured out in terms of how much square footage would be needed, that sort of thing. For the building if it became City Hall or some other function.
Arlene, do you know how many square feet, like usable square feet City Hall is right now?
Not off the top of my head. I can find the number, but
I'm just curious, like comparing the two.
Yeah.
Just for usability.
So that will be on our task list, is to evaluate what you currently have here
Yeah.
so that we know how that would stack up over there.
Along with the police department as well.
Yes.
Yeah, the police department has to. Yeah.
Yes.
That's absolutely. Okay.
Mhm.
Is there also, and so I'm jumping way ahead, but so police, the city staff that is here. And so that'll be part of our process is, well, who is in City Hall? Because sometimes part of Public Works is in City Hall and that sort of thing. So we'll get that sorted out. I do have a roster of city staff, so that's been really helpful to take a look at. So we'll assess all that, talk about some ideas. And so at the conclusion of that, we'll develop a preliminary space program, which means if this department moved there, this is how many square feet they would need. So it's literally just going to be square footage, the kinds of spaces they need, adjacencies, like do we need to be next to the lobby? Do we not, or we need to be next to this department, that kind of thing. So we're going to sort through all that. And then I'll come back and present that to you, like, here's what we heard. So, and that'll give us an idea of like roughly like how much square footage it would take to do these different things. So the current building's about 9,500 square feet for general knowledge. It's a pretty good sized building. As you wander through it, all three floors. So that'll give us a space program. Then what we'll do is go to work on some conceptual planning for that building based on what we've learned. So we'll take all of the different ideas in terms of kinds of spaces, size of spaces, and we'll just start doing different plans. And generally there'll be 2, 3, 4 options that'll come out of that we'll then bring back to you and talk about it. After you have looked at it and go, well, we like this, we like that, or maybe the part of this one and part of that one, then my thought was we'd go back to the community and present that again. So here's what we heard. Here's what that looks like. So that it's as transparent a process, everybody's hearing the same thing, and there's also opportunity to show how folks' feedback is being implemented into it, which I think is very important. And then also we'll be talking with staff about it the same way. So that'll give us a overall plan out of that, however that shakes out, whether it's a combination of some of the plans or one plan is perfect. We'll then take that plan and develop it a little further. We'll do cost estimates on it. So we know we have a rough idea what it would cost to do it. We'll do some projections based on what year it might occur. So we escalate the cost to that year so that you're looking at a apples to apples deal.
Thank you, and thank you again.
Yeah. Worst thing is to finally get there and then, oh, we don't have enough money because that was 4 years ago and we're not there anymore.
We can look at water tower.
So are we okay with off-site storage for all of our old records that are down in the basement here now? Or do we want that in the building? Because that's gonna eat up a lot of space.
We can do off-site storage, it just has to be secure storage.
Right, yeah.
So that is something that I want to take up with Public Works. See if we can build a secure building at like the water tower, because that's above the floodplain, that's above everything.
Well, and the upper lot, the upper lot above the building we were just at that you're working on is owned by us, and that can be a parking lot or whatever.
Right.
Whatever, and that would also be a good idea.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it could be off-site, but it has to be secured.
What are
Right.
you talking about?
So we have to maintain all the records of the city
For how long?
forever.
Indefinitely, yeah.
Okay,
Remember, Lisa came to us with the ask, I think it was 2 years ago during budgeting, to have new storage for the stuff down in the basement.
Was I on council at that time?
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe, I thought you were. Anyway,
Was I still drinking from the fire hose at
Maybe.
that time?
maybe
you were
you
still,
mostly.
yeah, you still had the 6-inch fire hose on.
Probably don't remember.
Because a lot of the stuff I think is getting musty, moldy down there and deteriorating.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, long-term storage is,
And then if we do end up moving some of city hall capacity to that facility, what are we doing with it?
Right, and that's part of the discussion we have with that. In conjunction with the timeline for that one.
So, because for instance, if we were to say, just move some of those records upstairs into a space that's
Exactly.
better climate controlled.
Maybe that's what we do.
That's a
I mean,
solution, yeah.
we have a lot of flexibility.
Stupid question, why can't we digitize those records?
Ew. I nominate Frank Sylvia.
I'm technologically not brainy, I'm not smart.
So
So-
how? I'm just wondering what happens if, we sort of get a little bit messed up in the head and want more in that space than it would accommodate. So,
That's when he tells us
so
no.
like, I think we ought to have a fun park in there, or, and so, and not that way,
Yes.
but.
For adult.
But, so I'm guessing that when we have these meetings, you'll be able to say, that ain't gonna happen.
so that is a common situation.
Is it? Okay.
And, the reality is you have limitations of what you have there. Now, could you expand that building?
Probably not on our budget.
Maybe. Well, I'm just saying for future.
Yeah.
If that's always something we want to look at is
Yeah.
like, I would look at it more as a master plan, and in the future, if we added on more, let's not do something now that's going to get in the way of that. even though
Do
it's
something
not
now
happening
that
now.
includes us from
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
something.
Yeah, so
That
that,
makes sense.
so,
Well, yay.
and that's how we will address all the things that
Okay.
come up. And, ultimately, you gotta make priorities and decisions, but that our process is to get enough information to make an educated decision.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Excellent.
Okay, any questions on that?
Nope.
So the second item is just looking at the schedule and then how fast that you want to go. I initially laid this out thinking, end of the year.
And that's perfect timing because that allows us to hit the short session up for possible monies.
Okay, so you're way ahead of me, but yes, I like that thought. So I'll just walk through this fairly quickly here, but the code review, we're already starting that. That's ongoing. The space programming, we're gonna be getting that rolling. It was useful just tonight, getting some information, some feedback. The one thing that I'm curious about is I had tentatively put the community meeting for the 15th, and that's just a couple weeks away. And I don't know how fast we can actually have a community meeting here. Or if, for notice and all of that, is there?
That would be timely. As long as we got 2 weeks, we can get that word out. to
You
people.
can get the word out. Okay, that's a big deal. Is there
Things that has to be in the newspaper.
that's what I was curious.
Yeah, and that's why 2 weeks is
Okay.
what we need because the newspaper goes out on Wednesday. We can
Okay.
notice it to them on Monday, then they can put it in the paper and all that. So
Okay.
Okay. I could write up a little thing, just a description of what the community meeting's about.
that'd be perfect. Yep.
Then you publish that.
And I'm wondering if we could also say what it's not.
Yes.
Like, it's not a place to voice grievances about what has been in the past. I don't know if that can happen or not, but,
You could ask, but it might not happen that way.
well, yeah, but just
We can
to,
try.
just to say, go on record as saying,
Can't undo that we bought the building.
Oh,
exactly.
people have tried and asked me many times, and every time I say, so who are we selling it to? It's out there for 7 years and we sell it to.
Yeah, so, okay.
Nobody will buy it because of the water main.
Who drafts that? Who drafts that announcement?
What I can do is provide like an agenda for and I think it would be good to come from the city saying,
Right.
we're
He
posting.
can, do that. Either I or city manager
Okay.
can add another blurb to it and then we
Okay.
get it out.
Okay,
I was just trying to get it to, maybe try and find a space on our website where we can turn it into a positive news piece, because I think you really,
Right.
this could be something exciting for the community.
Yep, and and we do that and we put that in the paper, so it gets all noticed and all that happy stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So that feels doable
Yeah.
by the 15th. I thought it'd be awesome just to get momentum going, but for me, it would either be doing it on the 15th or I'd have to wait till like the first week of October. So another,
Yeah, the
First week of
15th,
October, we're not gonna be here.
yeah, the 15th will work.
okay, all right.
You meant, okay.
So evening, I assume we could do like, is it 6, 7 o'clock? What's the best time to hold a community meeting? 5 o'clock?
I'd say 7
After dinner.
after dinner.
Mhm.
A lot of families aren't gonna wanna show up if it's during dinner time.
I think those are council meeting nights.
No, the 15th
15th is-
should be a Monday.
It's a Wednesday. It is our third Wednesday of the month.
Okay. Really?
I must have missed
I'm
that.
looking right at the calendar.
I thought the 15th was the Monday.
15th
No,
of
the
September
15th
is
is a
Monday.
Monday.
October.
Monday.
October,
This is September.
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 Yeah.
September. That's the 9th month.
I know, I see that.
Down here at community meeting, it's
Yeah.
at 10:15.
The first one, 9:15.
That's September.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's,
So,
I missed that one. So sorry.
That's what I'm asking if 2 weeks, basically you're gonna have 2 weeks to advertise and all that for. I just want to make sure that's doable.
Okay, that'll be great.
So that was for Monday, and then I would also meet with the city staff on the
Right.
same day. So
On the 15th, correct.
yeah,
October, one of those dates is sort of a design charrette date, is it, or no?
the
coming up in October, November, or
Yeah, in October, we'll be doing like a workshop.
at the
Design
site.
charrette, yeah. So, and then I would come back on the 17th to the city council, report what we heard, get any, your feedback as well.
Right.
Okay. So by then, we've got ideas. So now we can go to work on some planning.
Mhm.
So to follow on what David was saying during the conceptual design phase, I would come back and do a community meeting on the 15th of October.
Mhm.
So a month later. So it's, still fresh in people's minds. And we'd have some ideas going, but we would ask people to provide ideas, and it's really a workshop.
So we will need to book that for the fire hall that evening.
So that is the council night also.
That's why we'd have to book it for the fire hall, because we'd have a city council meeting here that same night.
Well, do you want the council at your 15th meeting? At your second, at the design meeting, or do you want to let the council wait and see what the community
I
decides?
got those on there, yeah. We could do, I'm just looking, I was planning on being here on the 22nd, so maybe we do the community meeting on the 14th or 16th
Of
Okay.
December,
No,
of October.
of October, okay.
I'm not even gonna try.
I'm just gonna show up whatever you decide on.
Mhm.
So how about the 14th?
14th?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can move it.
Or
Yeah,
14th
conceptual
for the
meeting.
community meeting.
And the city management team meeting,
Yeah, because he'll do that on the same day.
we're moving them both to
I might
10:14.
not be
Yeah,
available.
9:14. No, correction, you're right.
10:14.
Good grief.
Hey, now.
Now you're getting into my ball field here.
Oh, shut up.
This is the confusion, okay?
Okay,
Then I'd be back the following week to meet with you,
right.
do update. And then we'll roll on, and I had it for November 19th to come back with
Perfect.
the kind of finalized version.
Mhm.
And at that point, I'll look for you to say, that's the one we want to advance. And then I'm going to take that, and that'll become the preferred conceptual design option. And another 2 months, we'll have that put together into a cost estimate,
Mhm.
graphic material. So as you're going out looking for funding, you'll be able to use that for marketing here.
Perfect.
Here's what the benefits it's going to be for the community. And all those sorts of things.
Thank you.
Okay, so that would get us done by the end of the year.
Perfect.
It sure enough would.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
Okay.
I feel a whole lot better today than I did yesterday. Any other questions, council?
We appreciate you making the trek out.
Absolutely.
Little neck of the woods.
Drive safe heading home.
Thank you. Okay,
Right.
It'll be all sorts of fun.
Thank you, Sid.
so next steps, I'm going to send you an agenda for the community meeting. You'll advertise it. I'll
Yep.
be here for this.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
You all.
Thank you.
Drive safe. All right, next item on our agenda is stray cats, and there's no one here.
Makes one say
I
that.
didn't get a response, so I don't know.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can't say that what they're asking for is ordinance to make dumping cats illegal. That's all. And because we're having serious issues with cat dumping. And if they would just surrender them, they would be fixed.
Yeah, they're dumping cats heavy up on our roads.
Oh my God.
I agree.
40.
Anybody.
I agree that an ordinance would be great, but how do we prove somebody dumped it without videotaping them doing it?
Just that much. Just an ordinance.
Might deter them.
It's kind of like dumping in the woods.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
many people don't dump in the woods because it's not legal? I mean, we still have people that do it.
It can't hurt to try.
No,
Exactly.
and
It's just an
So,
attempt
Yeah.
to curb some of the
Dumping
dumping.
animals.
Yeah.
so would we all agree that we direct the city manager to look at dumping ordinances?
Yes.
And what might work here?
Please.
Okay.
And I would just, say all animals, even though cats are the issue.
Yeah, all
Any
animals. No,
animal.
just All animals.
Abandoned.
Animal abandonment, thank you.
Up on Alder Lane and Ammon, new cats are showing up every day. I have to stop going up to my house at least 5 times from cats running across.
So are there spots specifically people know about I mean, could
Well,
we
I
put
bet
our
I know what I'm
place?
doing.
Could we put up trail cams?
Well, I think so, and I think
You know,
one of the
to-
things we could do, is I bet I know what they're doing, is they're going up and dumping them up by the water tank.
And they're
turning-
coming down.
And turning around and come back, okay, because they don't, but it's our water tank. We could point a camera back toward the road,
Yeah,
You could put a camera on our road.
but you understand what I'm saying?
I mean.
If we've already got cameras covering the perimeter of the tank.
Right,
We could take a camera and just point it to the road.
yeah.
that would be awesome.
I think that would be good to have cameras, yeah,
And so
Let's do
that'd be
it.
something
Yeah.
else we talk about,
yeah.
okay?
Let's
But
talk about it.
that's what the presentation was about, just to get in a prohibitive.
So
Mhm.
are we agreed to send that off to the city manager to have them bring us back possible ordinances?
I would say send it off to Hebner when Hebner gets on.
Well, that's what, but
Yeah.
he's gonna pass it on,
Right.
okay?
I think Rich is gonna be pretty excited to take on this problem. He's probably online right now nodding his head.
Yeah.
Okay,
And even, I mean, going a step further and having a sign entering town saying, we're a pet
yes,
friendly city, we discourage and prosecute numbers or something, you know,
right.
a small, or something.
Dumping animals is prohibited within the city limits of the city of Toledo.
Food rubber's gonna meet the law when you try to do extra enforcement.
Right, but I do agree, if one sheet of paper can stop a third of it,
It's
it's
worth
worth
it.
it, it's worth the sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions on this? No.
Please,
We've got to
Please.
take care of the animals,
Okay.
yeah.
Just add to that just one thing. I mean, to the extent that you do look at this enforcement program, I would also try to garnish whatever resources there are out there to, to fix cats.
Yes.
we
absolutely.
have the North Coast Humane Society, it's not the shelter,
Right.
it's not the Lincoln County.
It's different.
It's totally different, and you register the colony, which we did. And they're gonna come and help us trap them and fix them, but they will bring them back.
But that fixed and release is not a cat community.
Fixed is what we need, because people are dumping their cats because they're pregnant. And then they come to our neighborhood, we're feeding over 40 cats a day.
That's crazy.
My point there is if you can combine the efforts, you will encourage their work.
Oh, yes.
People will know that there's a resource that they can go to.
Yep.
And if there's a fixed cat on the street, that's like having fixed mosquitoes in the sky.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
definitely.
All right, next item, budget committee off-cycle discussion. I believe this is yours, Andrew.
Suggest that we table this conversation for when we have the new city manager in place.
Okay, fine by me.
And
Anybody else?
About
Okay,
that,
so
no?
don't say table. Say, move this discussion, say to next month, after when the new city manager's in place. Because table specifically is for the very next meeting.
Oh.
So that would be
Ah.
first meeting in September.
didn't know that.
I will say that this was brought up during budget committee and I mean, I don't think it was Andrews. I think it was just somebody asked
Just-
about it and said, could we discuss this? Like 3 months down the line, you know, and
We're
yeah.
trying to get there.
yeah,
Okay, so have it in September at the earliest, at the latest.
I don't think that there is any specific urgency to this. If I recall.
I mean, our discussion.
If I recall the conversation that happened at the budget committee meeting correctly, the wish was that it either happened shortly following the previous budget approval cycle or immediately before we got into the weeds on the next budget cycle. So I think realistically, this can happen. I mean, we're 3 months removed from it. Why not wait until even January, February? It doesn't have to be
Well,
September. So
All I'm asking is at the council level.
I would say, I would move that we defer scheduling this conversation until we have the new city manager in place.
Okay,
So no set schedule, defer
Okay.
scheduling of this
That-
until we have the new city manager in
that's
place.
perfect. All right. We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Give it to her.
No, I'm giving it to you, Jackie, because you don't get it very often. Been moved by Andrew, seconded by Jackie Kaufman to defer this discussion until after the new city manager is in place. I'll take a roll call vote. Counselor Sylvia,
Yes, sir.
Counselor Burns,
Yes, please.
Council President Bush,
Yes.
Counselor Kaufman,
Yes.
Counselor Keating.
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries 6-0. All right, next up, issues of finance. So first up, Homey House. We need to discuss, do we want to help finance them? And what vehicle do we want to use to do that? And how do we want to do that?
I would like to suggest, he asked for 20. Like I've said many times before, we have historically taken care of our history with our history centers. My suggestion is that we give him the other 18 out of our city council strategic fund.
We don't have that much, do we?
Yes.
Yes, we do, but that drops us down to right around 32.
So I had a good conversation with Tyler about what I'm going to propose, and he seemed very enthusiastic about this. I've also spoken about this idea with a couple of community foundations. When I've been talking to them about our history center, our railroad museum, Homey House, the Arc, moving into Olala Center and some of the funds that they've been looking to for that. And really, I think one of the things that I think differentiates Homey House from our railroad and our history investments as strategic investments from council is that Homey House is still very much a startup. And so this kind of goes both ways. One, we support them, and it helps open doors for them to get funding from foundations that want to see that there's a community investment, which is about sustainability, right? It just shows that we are just invested in this as they are invested in this. On the other hand, I do have concerns that we are so short in our strategic funds right now that I kind of want to approach it similarly to what we did with the railroad and the history centers, where we said, we can give you a small amount, but there is going to be some sort of stipulation to access further funding. So what I proposed to just kind of get a sense of what Tyler might be comfortable with is something like $5,000 that we say, this is just no earmarks. We want to support the work that you're doing. We are giving you $5,000 of a contribution to the efforts. And then to say, hey, that other, say, 12,000 or 13,000 or whatever we come up with is money that we have committed, but can only be unlocked as matching funds to a grant received from another community partner. That could be the Silet's Charitable Foundation. It could be Oregon Community Foundation. It could be the state. It could be the school district, whatever. But what it's really doing is, I want to be very mindful of the fact that we need to be diligent in the same way that a foundation would be. They want to see community partnerships. We want to see partnerships. That speaks a lot to the sustainability of the organization. And that letter that says we are promising this money if a partnership is demonstrated that we are not the only significant investor in those operational costs.
I don't know. We've given $40,000 to those two history museums in 2 years. That's history museums. 10,000 each place, 2 years in a row. That's 40 grand. How can we not help our children?
I agree.
He's not, but we're not,
And
it's not being
I just,
suggested.
not giving them the money is not in my thing. I just can't see it.
And let me also emphasize that based on the conversations that I've been having with some of these foundations and some of the next steps that I've already discussed with Tyler and with those foundations about ways that we could link them up and get some of that grant money flowing, that $15,000 or whatever we were to offer, my idea was they had asked for 20. And so I had it in my head of like, what if we gave 5 and then said the other 15 is contingent on another community partner investing. But I have a very strong feeling they're gonna get that money in like 30 days. I don't, like, this is an organization that they've already got a couple grant writers that are starting to go out and look for opportunities for them. They're going to get money from Siletz, or they're going to get money from the school district, or they're gonna get money from OCF, and that money is gonna get unlocked from us really fast. But I think from just a basic like financial due diligence, it shows that we're being responsible with what's ultimately tax dollars.
Yeah.
It just shows that we're thinking about the sustainability of the organization and wanting Homey House. This is what my ultimate argument is. I want to see tangible steps that I would expect from any human services nonprofit that demonstrate long-term sustainability. That they are actually going out and doing kind of organized fundraising efforts toward long-term grant solutions. Because I don't want them to be dependent on $20,000 a year from us. That's the part I'm most concerned about. And I think that's the intent that we had with the Railroad Museum and the History Center when we said, we're only going to give you $3,000 now, but come back in 90 days for the next 3,000. We were encouraging them and incentivizing them, go to OCF, go to Roundhouse Foundation, go to Ford Family Foundation, because the money is out there, but we want to see you going to more people than us.
I don't know, forgive my stupidity, but you're saying financially sound. You're gonna give them money later that you don't want to give them now. How has that changed finances? Because we're gonna use this 10,000 because it's an easy number. Say their ask was 10 grand and you give them 5 now, but not the other 5 until they prove this. How is that changing our finances?
It doesn't.
Exactly. So why wait?
It just shows we're being responsible and thoughtful about how we're doing it.
I don't know. I don't agree.
Okay, it's okay.
Our kids.
We're allowed to disagree.
But
And also Tyler endorsed.
Hold on, I'm gonna go Jackie next. Okay, Jackie.
Take her.
take the other track.
Other Jackie.
I'll go after.
My concern is they need money now. So could we do 8 and 10? We've given them 2. That makes it 10 that we've given them. And then 10 contingent, because that is their intent. That is their problem, is they need money for matching grants. But they also need operation and startup money now.
Didn't he say he needed 25 for the first year?
Needed $50,000
Yeah.
in operational costs, and that's like his rent and
Right,
yeah.
equipment and stuff
They
like that.
dropped all their big amounts down and he's not paying a single penny to anybody on the board. And that's how they got their money to go down so far.
Right,
Was that
and
they're all gonna work
it's
free.
not occupational costs.
Right.
It's functional costs.
And
Yeah,
that
if they
money
need
is
a
the
new
hardest
house.
to
Cause
get.
and here's the big one,
If they need
insurance.
food.
Insurance on an operation like this is not inexpensive.
They're providing.
And that's also the money that's really hard
Buy food.
to get from foundations.
That's what
Because
I'm saying.
foundations want their money to go to
Incidentals.
program. So my idea is that regardless of
I
how
like
the
it.
money is given to them, that money is not earmarked toward programming, toward anything. It can be for operations. And I think the other marketing thing that I talked to Tyler about is that if he's getting it in that sort of unconditional way of saying that it doesn't matter where you allocate the money in your budget, he can turn to Siletz or he can turn to OCF who want their money to go to programming and say
Right.
every dollar of what you're giving us is going to programming because the city is giving us operating
Right.
costs.
And.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm suggesting, upping it to 10 and 10. You know, we've already given them 2, give them 8, and then save 10 for the matching.
That's right. But anyway, Jackie.
All right, so I'm guessing that he already has a projected operating budget.
Yes.
Okay, so the number that he asked for was to cover how long of a period?
So
Did he indicate that?
the number he asked for was essentially to get it off the ground
For how long?
He said for a year.
for a year.
For the first year. 50,000 in operating.
50,000 in operating costs for the first year, which includes rent, insurance, and all the other ancillary physical things that they
So
have to do.
then can we require him to present us with his active budget so we can help oversee it and make that known? and really asking for, okay, like what you said, Jack, 10,000.
So let me ask you a question specifically to that. Would you like them to come back in December, January?
I don't know how
February?
long it's gonna last for, so,
Well, Judd, but that's what I'm getting at. We need to
oh,
set,
okay.
as part of how we do this,
If we're gonna oversee.
if we're gonna oversee them, we need to have them coming back to us at a date or a month. Okay, just say a month with where they're at,
Doesn't it?
right?
Because
Yeah, I don't-
between now and then, they're gonna be actually out searching for
They have a
and
place,
applying for grants.
right?
And so a lot can change, so maybe in December. So, and to you, Frank, we're not saying, no, you can't have it, and we don't care about the kids, and that's real important that you understand that, you know, we need to be good stewards of the money,
Oh, I see, I understand that, but when it comes to children, we shouldn't be.
but
Throwing our
we're
hands up.
not.
And the other thing is, we as a city cannot be involved in their finances. We can ask for proof of what they spend our money on, but we can't be involved in
But
everything
that's
else.
exactly it.
I know, but when she said overseeing their budget.
Yeah, I didn't
that's
like
where-
that word,
I don't
yeah.
like-
I don't like that.
It just seems like we would be in their.
That's
books
too
and-
much reach.
I didn't mean it that
Yeah,
way, so
okay.
apologies.
So. But you're on their board, correct?
If needed,
There's no. Yeah, it's more,
that's why I'm not recused, and that's why I told them I'm not taking your position.
no, I'm asking because I think you've probably got some of the answers to this.
Yeah.
They're 501(c)(3).
Yeah.
Yep. So Frank and Jackie, to the question of finances, their books are open to us.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so I agree, maybe the word oversight isn't quite the right word, but in terms of accountability, just
Accountability,
making sure that they're.
Oh, I didn't know 501(c)(3) books are open to everybody.
Yep.
Yes,
That part I didn't know.
So I
we
think
can look, but to
So do we
demand.
want to say December?
my other question
Yeah,
was,
go ahead.
do you know what their fiscal year is? Are they operating calendar year or July to June?
I'm guessing they're doing fiscal year of July to June, but I can find out. I mean, all I want to do is craft something up to give it to our experts over there to craft it back to us.
Yeah, so the reason I ask is because if they were, say, doing calendar year, then it could be reasonable for us to say we would like a presentation of your financial sustainability and your work within the community in, say, January, February.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But either way, that's 90
So-
days.
So let's say,
Yeah.
all right,
Within 6 months.
A quarter.
I would expect. Yeah.
I mean,
let's say within 6 months.
And, you know, one of the things that Tyler said is that he's not comfortable asking for money.
Never
And-
has been. It's
and
not his
that-
nature.
he's gonna have to
Well,
get used
He's
to
gonna
it.
earn it.
Exactly, because he either
Yeah,
has
people
to
do
or
that
he
for
needs
him.
somebody on his.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he has other people on.
Yeah.
And he said he did bring on 2 grant writers.
Yes,
Yep.
Oh,
which is amazing, yeah,
okay.
yeah, grant writers are.
Yeah, he has people to do that.
Okay,
Very
so
important.
let me run this by you guys. $8,000 initially with up to $10,000 more in matching,
Mhm.
okay? We need a report back within 6 months before we release that other 10.
But he can come back to us in a month if they have.
Exactly,
Yeah,
but you know, that's why I want to say within 6 months.
So I want to step back and take a little bit of that red tape off of it and say that I don't think the second $10,000 should be contingent on the presentation.
Okay.
I just think that the presentation should be an expectation, right?
A time.
That's what, I know, but that's what I kept hearing.
Yep.
So
I just,
aggressed it.
yes, we can provide documentation to them to say that the matching funds are available. So that when they are applying for.
So what's our
grants,
trigger for the 10,000?
securing
Something to match
$10,000 in
other
matching.
communities.
Okay.
We need something
From
to
another
match.
community partner.
Secure, get to 10,000 when once they have it secured.
And that can be from 1 or 5.
Right.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Okay, while he's writing, I need to ask for consensus from the rest of the council. that Rod can draw up or somebody can draw up a letter of support from the city of Toledo. Or Tyler.
And then I just bring it to you guys and have y'all.
Can we designate you as the writer?
Yeah.
Is included in that our financial support or just our,
No, just support, like we're behind you.
Okay.
We want
Yeah,
you
that letter is
to.
just a letter of support.
I
by
would
the city.
mention whatever this number is. Okay, but what I'm getting at is that so that he can send it with grant requests.
Yep.
beautiful, okay, thanks.
Exactly.
You want us to come back to you next Wednesday with some kind of formal action because you're in a study session.
That's why, that's why I'm crafting this, so I can give it to you. I'll email it to you later, with our parameters.
Perfect.
Be cool.
All
We
right,
got it going on.
trying to. All right, next item is the SDC waiver. David, what is finance thought about this and how do we structure that?
Yeah, so it's just to chat about it. Judy's online with me here as well. She can jump in.
Hi, Judy.
Good
evening.
So what we wanted to share with you is just, and I'll start, Judy, if you want to jump in after me if you'd like, or you can want to preempt me and take it over, you can as well.
Go for it.
Yeah, what's up? So you made it clear at your last meeting that you will want to grant that waiver under the ordinance. We'll still be coming back to you with a form of agreement and a form of resolution. Take care of that. City attorney online, she will be working with our planning department to put that together. Necessary agreement resolution. What we wanted to chat with you about is how do we keep that fund whole? Because that really, you don't want to short your SDC funds. The impacts of those, one, you may have debt obligations that prevent you from doing it. You may have a methodology. The state law seems to give you the exemption, but regardless, it's just best practices. You want to keep that whole.
Currently, the state law doesn't allow us to exempt it. We have to find another way to keep it whole.
Okay, well, and I'm not clear on that.
That's what I found today around lunchtime as I was going through the ORSs.
Okay, well, best practice regardless is you want to keep it whole because you have the impact on the system. So what I'm going to suggest to you, and what I think Judy and I have talked about is, this is not unusual. It is that you set up, we come back to you with a resolution, format of resolution that creates an interfund loan. And the loan will be over a period of time. It will be similar to the STC financing that you do currently with private developers. You will charge yourself an interest rate, and that loan will be made on an income stream. In this case, probably your SIP money, your money from the renewal on a roughly, just guessing, $25,000 to $30,000 a year basis over 10 years with interest included. So that would come, so we set the loan up this year. The next year's budget would probably have the first payment scheduled. You defer any collections on it until next year because we didn't budget for it this year. So that would be the general recommendation to you, Judy. I don't know if you want to jump in on that or not.
I just want to clarify, it won't be urban renewal money. It'll be the SIP money that comes through the city council strategic reserve.
Right, it's the SIP money that we get from the SIP, that agreement that we signed a 3 years ago.
TP.
Right. And one of the questions that we would need answered is, I kind of am in favor of doing it over a 5-year period, about $50,000 a year. But our financing allows us to go up to 10 years. So.
Well, bring us with those two options and what that would look like with interest to keep it whole.
Judy, can you explain why you like the 5 better than the 10?
Well, because it's $50,000 a year, I think that's manageable, and just to get it cleared up quicker.
Okay.
It looks better if we do it shorter.
Yeah.
It also gives you.
And you may decide that you want to do this again, and so,
Right.
So then we're free
So-
and clear to do it. Okay.
yeah.
So I will give you what I read in the ORSs today. So the state allows us to do waivers, but there is no corresponding within the state that lets us off the hook for keeping our SDC fund whole. Okay, which is why what they tried to pass, but not in this long session from this year, but from the short session last year of the state pays the SDCs for the affordable the affordable housing options. Now I understand a little bit better why they had that bill in there. It did not pass. But I'm gonna bring it up that we try to get it passed again. Because it just makes sense. You can't require us to keep things whole and tell us we can do waivers without some way to fill that hole.
And we're only waiving,
Yes, Arlene, you have the head bob right, yeah.
and we're only waiving this because it's low income
Because
housing.
it's
If it was
low income,
regular,
affordable housing. Oh, we could do it then,
but if it was regular housing, we wouldn't do it.
not normally.
Okay, I was just, Judy made the comment about how if you do it in 5 years, then you can do it again for
Right.
another. And I was thinking about like the potential townhouses,
Mhm.
but they're not gonna be affordable housing, so
They're middle
we
housing.
don't have to worry about that. Okay.
I just want to be clear, it really is, you really don't want to get into the business of waiving SDCs.
Right.
Yep.
Is a whole, you just don't want to go
Yeah,
down because you are going to have to provide ultimately some major investments in your infrastructure.
Right, and I mean, this is just a carrot to get the low income.
Well, if you don't pay for it with the development fees, the STC fees, then you're gonna have to turn around to your public and say, we're gonna raise your rates.
Okay,
And you don't want to do that.
We have to do that anyway. We don't
Any
want to
other
do it worse.
questions on
Right.
the SDC waiver and what staff is going to bring back to us next week?
oh, sounds good.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Do we want to go through all the reports or do we want to just adjourn?
No,
Council comments?
Okay, we're gonna have council comments.
thank you very much.
All right, I'm gonna start over there and leave
Okay.
you for the end.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Anything?
we really need help with the cat problem.
Yes. And loose dogs.
Frank?
So I'm having
No, no.
my spinal surgery on September 16th.
Hmm.
It is literally 3 weeks before Portland.
Oh, no.
I am still gonna go to Portland.
Oh,
Hey, I care about the city. I gotta go.
I'm
It's all
gonna help
about
you
training.
get there.
My wife is going to, so I refuse to sit back. It's 3 weeks removed from surgery. They said I can't drive until after 2 weeks. It's healing for a year.
Yep.
Hopefully you'll feel better.
Your wife drives.
I mean,
I drive.
surgery now, a lot of times, once it's done, you feel a lot better.
Well, they're going into the gut and then they're going into the back, going old hardware, putting all new hardware in.
I'm hoping you feel
I
better.
hope so too.
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
Put your bed in the back.
Bullshit. I drive.
Drop you on the roof of the car.
Bravo Sierra.
That one.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the other one is.
Will somebody that's going to the Portland thing get me another counselors or magical sticker? Cause I got a new computer and now I lost my unicorn sticker.
Remind me again. I'll make sure to pick something.
I just need a unicorn sticker. I was so sad. I wanted to peel it off my old one.
Is that your council comment?
Yeah, I don't think I got it.
Andrew?
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing from the discussion about, funding our community nonprofits. Part of the conversations that I'm having with some of our statewide funders is about trying to set up a day for a couple of these funding sources to come to Toledo and camp out.
That would be amazing.
And right now, we're kind of scheduling it where myself and maybe one or two other people from those foundations might come and say, all right, we're gonna meet for an hour with the History Center and with the Railroad Society, with the Railroad Museum. We're gonna meet with the art, we're gonna meet with, and
Yeah.
really because most of these foundations that have a decent amount of money are not in this area and not
Yeah.
here frequently.
So who are the two you're thinking of right off the bat?
I don't wanna say any names just because I don't wanna
Kind
kind
of
of,
have
but
to do with an auto?
sorry.
For fun.
Yeah.
Making a joke, Andrew.
Gotcha. Don't want to, I just want to say right now, things are a little tentative. We were even just talking about it quite literally this morning.
Okay.
So I don't want to commit anybody who isn't certain yet, until we've confirmed those plans. But I just wanted to say there is a lot of interest. I'm very glad that we took the approach that we did with kind of the small incremental gifts to our nonprofits. partially because I do really think that if we can bring some of those larger foundations in, I keep hearing from them that they really want to fund things in communities like Toledo. It's just that nobody's asking for the money, or they're asking for it in the wrong way.
Yeah,
So
Grants are tricky.
I want to bring a couple of these people here to meet with everybody, kind of in one structured setting,
right.
and say, here's how we can fund kind of all of these community needs from foundations that have the money or have the partnerships to bring the money.
Could it be like a luncheon kind of a meeting or?
I don't know what it's,
Maybe in-
yeah. It could be that we do it as like a group thing where it's meant to be, let's all talk together about this as a solution, but it could also be, I want to leave it more up to the
Still in
funders.
planning. Okay.
But they might want to kind of hear from them one-on-one and say, this is your need, this is our approach to it. This is your need, this is our approach. So
So Jackie, hold on one second. Frank, you got
I
one?
just remembered, a little early warning, we're gonna have to cancel the first meeting in October. Because most of us will be out of Portland,
Well, be headed to Portland.
the first.
Right.
Which is a Wednesday.
Yep.
and then the
We'll
other,
talk about that when we get closer and everybody knows exactly what they're doing.
and the other thing, and this is just to mention it, October 15th, I will be here.
Okay. I'll try to remember that. All right, Jackie.
Okay, what I have is, it's time to hang the banners for the pep parade. Who does that? You know,
Hang the banners?
Yeah.
That'd be city council.
the pep parade banners that get posted.
Jeff took care of it last year. Jeff from.
Yeah, so public works.
So how do I make sure Jeff hears about it?
Bring him in.
Okay, yeah. And then
he's here this week.
what I found out today is that we may have a photo booth at our pet parade.
Oh my gosh,
There
that'd
you
be so cute.
That'll be really adorable, I
Uh-huh.
think. So we're looking at other ideas like that. So if you run across those, like I said,
Well, we're gonna have McGruff's, the crime dog.
and one more thing is that, anybody have any idea how many we had last year? Would you say maybe 100? I don't know.
I'd say close to 100.
So because what I did when I approached JC Market is, and Don, I said, okay, so I'm asking for donations. I want 100 wieners. And he said, I get hit a lot. I said, I'm sure you do. We really appreciate it. And so he gave us everything that I
Yeah.
asked for. So I think I need to be bold and maybe ask for more.
I would ask for 150.
Okay,
Okay. And and when you do, ask him if he has a banner that we can put up
As a thank you.
as a thank you, as in
Sponsored by.
Yeah.
partially sponsored by
If they
JC
have
Market.
one that they put on the, how the night out thing.
There you
National
go.
Night Out.
Yep, so
Yeah.
borrow that, put that up.
Okay,
You definitely want to,
Yep.
and probably send out thank you notes after.
oh, I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep,
I
she
did that.
did.
So,
Yeah.
so then I should ask for 150. I was thinking,
That's fine too. I'm just throwing out a bigger number than you had last year. That's all.
I think it's gonna be big.
Then ask for two. I don't.
Mainly
care.
because we're gonna have two events going at the same time, Garlic
Yeah,
Palooza
that's
and
right.
the pet parade. So there's gonna be probably a lot more people down there than normal.
I just
Okay.
remembered something.
Okay.
Do you want your anti-dumping ordinance adopted in time for the pet parade?
Sorry, what? What'd you say?
Do we want the anti-dumping
Oh,
before the pet parade?
That would be nice.
Yeah, okay.
Announce it at the pet parade.
This thing.
Yes,
Just reminding you that I was out here.
one last thing,
So I had the big posters
right?
printed up on heavy stuff, so when they go into store windows, the sun, you'll be able to see it. Anybody going to other communities that could, anyone,
Yeah, I'll go throughout Toledo and pass them out.
okay, let me know how many.
I need 3.
I need one for Freddy's. I'll hang it
Oh,
tonight.
okay, well then I'll hand one of my 3 to you.
Okay.
I'll take 5 or 6.
That'll keep you
Okay.
from doing Freddie.
But what I'll do is I'm gonna start hitting up the pet businesses for
Mhm.
their prize donations and so forth, so.
Have you hit up Fran's for the buns?
No, actually, Don does that through JC Market.
Don or Bob?
Bob.
Is about, oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I knew that, I was testing you. So, yeah, Bob actually had that, so,
Okay.
anyway,
Okay.
So good.
and I think that's all that I.
Okay. All right, Kim, you had something?
Last thing, the children's murals at Rock Park are going up tomorrow morning. That was it.
Okay.
I'm just excited.
All right, a couple of things that I always do before the first week of September. Remind everyone that kids are gonna be in the streets. When a bus has blinking red lights and the stop sign is out, do not pass.
That doesn't mean speed up.
No, it does not mean speed up. Last year, it was ridiculous. For the first 3 months, it was
Yes,
ridiculous.
dangerous.
Especially down there on Sturdivant and 10th.
No, you should have seen it out on Business 20.
Mm-hmm.
Please, people, remember, okay, they're our future. They're the greatest resource we have.
Littles.
Let's try to keep them safe and enjoy your Labor Day weekend. You know, it's a good 3 days. Get with some family, enjoy your time.
I haven't gone into labor yet, so I'm good.
Jackie, you're allowed to hit it.
Family, but we're so busy.
That's all I have for tonight. Oh, yeah, one more thing.
Hi, Rich. Hi, bye.
See you all next week.
Thank you all for coming.
Sounds good.
We'll be here.
All right,
All right, now.
we're adjourned.
So.
All right.